Welcome to Curiosity Gameplay. I'm your host, Rebel Weasel. Today, I'm going to do a guide on how to unlock the crafting writs for your character. I've come to Stone Falls, which is the capital city of the first zone for the first major zone for Evenheart Pact. Basically, the way it works is you start on Bleak Rock Isle, and then you move to Balfoyan, and then the third zone is Stone Falls. And the first city that you landed in Stone Falls is Davin's Watch, and that's where you can train how to do crafting writs. It's the first place you get to where you can train crafting writs once you've worked on your character, if you're playing the conventional way and starting Evenheart Pact at Bleak Rock Isle. So here in Stone Falls in Davin's Watch, we're going to enter the city from the way shrine behind us. And you can find the people to train you in the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
Let's do the Mages Guild first. They've divided crafting into two major categories. One is consumables, and the other one is equipment crafting. You go to the Mages Guild in order to train up consumable crafting. You walk into the Mages Guild and turn to the right. And you wish to speak with this gentleman here, Danel Teleno.
You must be here to learn the craft, yes? Your alliance covers my considerable fees, allowing me to impart my knowledge at no cost to you. If you prove yourself, I'll certify you as competent to fulfill crafting writs.
Crafting writs? What are they?
Crafting writs are daily requests for crafted goods. You must be a certified crafter to fulfill them. Prove you know what you're doing, and I'll certify you.
All right, tell me what you could certify.
I'm authorized to train and certify provisioners, alchemists, and enchanters. If this interests you, we should begin immediately.
I want to know more about the crafts you certify.
Certainly. Please specify.
What do provisioners make?
Food and drink. Anything that warms the belly, reinvigorating body and mind. If you choose to learn this art, I will impart the culinary knowledge I acquired over the course of decades.
What does an alchemist make?
Potions of all kinds. The subtle art of mixing reagents can produce rather unsubtle effects.
What can enchanters make?
Glyphs to empower weapons, armor, and jewelry with magical properties. I can teach you how to wreath your axe with flames, or give cloth robes the strength of iron.
All right, I've got it.
I suppose I should mention Milleneth. She certifies blacksmiths, clothiers, and woodworkers, if you're into that sort of thing. But that's uncharitable of me. She's a true master of the material crafts.
I want you to certify me.
Good. We should begin while things are busy for neither of us. There is much more I can teach you. What else do you hope to learn from me?
What can you tell me about the provisioning certification?
A provisioner condenses the essence of ingredients into food or drink. A true artist balances palate with nutrition. I can share this noble profession, but I can only certify one craft at a time. Understood?
I want to be certified as a provisioner.
Provisioning is a rewarding yet grueling profession. Gruel, you see. I am capable of levity, on occasion. First, you'll need a recipe and some ingredients. Then you shall roast a pig.
You'll certify me if I roast a pig?
Yes, I hope you don't think it beneath you. As bards learn lyrics before singing them, Provisioners must work from recipes. A recipe specifies volume, proportion, and preparation time. Understanding these principles is key.
Okay, where shall I find a recipe?
I keep an old rival's recipe nearby. Go, find and memorize it. Return to me when you have done so.
Where else can I find recipes?
Provisioners are quite secretive, but all is fair in brews and stews. Some provisioners hide recipes in old drawers or shelves, thinking themselves clever. Better to memorize the recipe, then others cannot possibly learn your secrets.
Is there anywhere I can purchase recipes?
Should coin be of no issue to you, guilds often sell such items in their guild stores. You may also trade with an ally if they have any excess.
Okay. So, we're supposed to search his trunk right next to him, and it gives us the recipe for roast pig. You open your inventory, find the recipe for roast pig, and use it. You've now learned the recipe for roast pig. Now you talk to Daniel again.
Roast pig is an easy recipe to learn, but difficult to master.
I had a successful hunt. What's my next step?
Now, the moment of truth. Go to a cooking pot with your ingredients and follow the recipe. Return to me with the results, so your worth as a cook may be judged.
If I run out of ingredients, where can I find some more?
Barrels, sacks of grain, kitchens, of course. It's food, it's simply around. Find what you need and take it.
Okay. Didn't expect that to end all the conversations, but we'll leave it at that. So you exit the Mages Guild, turn right, and you can enter
Do you know how
inn,
long I've been looking for you?
the watch house. Go through the main room and turn right in the doorway, and this is where the kitchen is.
Your esteemed ladyship.
As you can see, Daniel is actually waiting for us here. And here is the cooking fire, which is the crafting station, which is used to make roast pig. In order to make roast pig, it requires that you have white meat. You would have to go out and hunt for it if you don't have any, or look for it in bags and crates and cabinets. Usually you can try to steal it from places, or a really good place to go is on the pier and go into the boats. They're not heavily guarded, so that you can steal from the crates there. Otherwise, you need to hunt for it by going out and killing animals. I already have 439 white meat, so I can craft it.
You throw it up, you lick it up.
Once you've completed crafting your roast pig, you talk to Daniel again, right here next to the kitchen fire.
Bring me your culinary creation so I might inspect it. I'll determine whether or not you deserve certification.
It's right here, eat up.
Interesting scent. Do I detect a hint of Wamasu? No, that can't be right. Not how I do it, of course, but interesting enough to pass certification. You may now fulfill provisioning writs. Keep your pots warm and your ladle clean.
And you complete that quest.
Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still capable of instructing you.
I'm interested in enchanting certification.
Enchanters harness the possibility of runes, transforming them into the certainty of glyphs. I'll teach you, but I can only focus on one certification at a time. Is this agreeable?
Yes, I want to be certified as an enchanter.
potency, essence, and aspect. All beneath the stars bear these component concepts. When combined, they form glyphs, which add enchantments to items. First, you'll find these component runes. Then I will have you create a glyph.
I need to create a glyph in order to be certified?
Absolutely, for such is the essence of enchanting. Runes of potency, essence, and aspect are the fundamental components of glyphs. Collect one of each variety before you return.
I already have the runes that you're talking about. Now I do. However, if you do not have the runes that he requires, he will put on your map outside the city waypoints where you can go and find some.
We begin at the enchanting table. There you will combine a rune of potency, essence, and aspect. This simple puzzle forms a glyph. Now go, piece them together.
I'll go craft that rune then.
What will become of me? So much to do.
You exit the inn.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
Head towards the left. Go under the bridge. And on the right-hand side is the Enchanter's building, called the Singing Shards. Here's the Enchanter's table. Now, I'm using a mod called Craft Store and called Writ Crafter, so it changes what menu I see when I'm working on this. You would have to actually personally select each rune, each type of rune, in order to figure out what you wanted to do, in order to make the enchantment that you need to make. I don't need to do that.
Jora Oko Ta.
That's not right.
Daniel is inside the building, right here.
Craft a glyph using a rune of potency, essence, and aspect. Return when you have forged intent into form.
Form accomplished. I have the glyph here.
You should attach it to an item so you can see the enchantment's effects. You are now certified to fulfill enchanting writs. May you unravel the secrets of Nirn. Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still capable of instructing you.
So tell me more about alchemy certification.
Alchemists are masters of the elixir. They trap magic in a bottle for later use.
I was looking for.
But I can only certify you in one discipline at a time. If this is agreeable, we can begin your training.
I want to be certified as an alchemist.
As with master chefs, every alchemist must assemble the right components before crafting a special concoction.
Oh my.
Are you so capable? We shall see. I require you to locate a solvent and some reagents. Then you shall craft me a potion.
I need to create a potion to be certified?
Yes. Every alchemical mixture requires a solvent, a pure liquid base, and reagents such as herbs and flowers. Now go, find a solvent and some reagents. Once you have what you need, return to me.
I believe I already have those ingredients.
Good. Now go to an alchemy station. Use a solvent and 2 differing reagents to craft a potion. The reagents must possess common traits, or you'll waste all components. You see, alchemy is as simple as pairing like with like.
I'll go craft that potion then. Once again, if you do not have any alchemy ingredients, he will put quest markers on your map outside the city, telling you where to go get some. Go straight across to the building.
Do you know how long I've
here,
been looking for you?
looking for that sign, the fragrant fungus. And here is the alchemy station. Now, I'm using a mod called Potion Maker, which makes this very easy. If I want to craft a sip of health, I want to use level 3 potion, which is the smallest potion. The lowest level potion you can make. And I want to use Restore Health. Click Search. And even though these are unknown potions, one of these should give me a sip of health. There we go. And Daniel has come over into the alchemy station.
Blend the
Building.
solvent's purity with the reagent's traits. Return to me when you've crafted a potion.
The ingredients were a good blend, and I have the potion right here.
Your potions have a slight fizz to them, but your skill with
Fuzz, fuzz.
admixtures is unquestioned. Far better than my former apprentice. You are now authorized to obtain and fulfill alchemy writs. May your elixirs remain potent and your reagents fresh.
And that's it for the consumables.
You show promise in every discipline I certify. Perhaps you seek to challenge my position as thrice accredited master craftsman. If so, Millenith offers blacksmith, clothier, and woodworking certification. I last saw her at the local Fighters Guild.
So we need to look for Milleneth at the local Fighters Guild.
Saw a mud crab the other day.
Only the finest merchandise.
Here she is.
Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
Tell me more about blacksmith certification.
Prove you know your way around a forge and I'll certify you. But you have to commit. I can only train one discipline at a time.
Yes, I want to be certified as a blacksmith.
I want you to craft a simple iron dagger. First you'll mine some iron ore, then refine the ore into iron ingots. You'll use those ingots to make the dagger.
You'll certify me if I make an iron dagger?
Yes. You have to prove you know your way around a blacksmithing station. Those are the rules. For now, bring me an armload of iron ore. Once you're back, you'll refine them into iron ingots.
Now, I already have enough iron ore. Once again, even though I'm repeating myself, if you don't have any iron ore, they will give you markers on your map, quest markers on your map outside the city where you can collect it.
Bring the iron ore to a blacksmithing station. If you have enough, you can refine them into iron ingots. Really put your back into it. When you have iron ingots, return to me.
I also have iron ingots already crafted.
Go to the blacksmithing station and craft an iron dagger. Nothing fancy. You shouldn't need more than 2 iron ingots. Oh, and you'll need a style material. You can purchase them from any blacksmith, or scavenge them yourself if you're thrifty.
I'll go make that dagger then. The blacksmith station is right next door. Now, what she mentioned about refining it. This is the refining tab. You would find your iron ore, hit enter, or hit E for use, and that would load it in here, and it would refine it for you. And that would give you bars. These are iron bars, iron ingots. You need to scroll through these types of weapons. Make sure that weapon is selected, not apparel. You might as well just make it level 1. You can increase levels this way, but you want to stick with level 1, and here's your style material here. You'll notice that I can only do 2 style materials because I've only trained 2 styles, Breton and Nord. You hit craft. And you have an iron dagger. Now you talk to Milanith, who has shown up right here next to us in the blacksmithing station building.
Craft an iron dagger. You'll need some iron ingots and a style material. You can buy those from any blacksmith if you can't find them yourself.
I have it right here.
The trick is the style material, but I'm sure you know that.
I figured it out, so what more would you have me do?
Next is deconstruction. You learn a lot when you break something into parts, even more so when it's someone else's work. Go deconstruct your dagger, or anything else really, as long as you do it at a blacksmithing station.
How is deconstruction useful to me?
You'll regain some components, of course, but the real trick is to deconstruct another crafter's work. You can learn far more by disassembling someone else's material than your own.
What is deconstruction?
It's a fancy way to say take something apart. The term originally came from Altmer poetry critiques. High elves consider their physical crafts to be forms of poetry, so it stuck. You can't know what a sword is, only what it's not, and so forth.
Okay. So we return to the station, and the third tab is deconstruction. As you can see, I have a good number of items here, but the one I want to deconstruct is the one that's crafted by Margaret Miller. I don't think it really matters. I think you could deconstruct just about anything. Now we return to Milanith.
You certainly know your way around a forge. You're a blacksmith, and let none tell you otherwise.
I am ready to be certified as a blacksmith.
Of course. I'll get you certified right away so you can fulfill blacksmith crafting writs immediately. Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
I'm interested in woodworking certification.
A good woodworker sees the final product before cutting the first block of wood. But I can't teach 2 crafts at once. If you commit yourself to the training, I'll certify you.
I want to be certified as a woodworker.
I want to know if you can craft a maple bow. First, go harvest some rough maple. You'll refine it into sanded maple at a woodworking station. Last, you'll take the sanded maple and turn it into a maple bow.
So you'll certify me if I craft a maple bow?
Absolutely. Bows are challenging to craft. Show me you're up to the challenge and I'll happily certify you. But first, go get me a bundle of rough maple.
I already have some rough maple.
Bring the rough maple to a woodworking station. As long as you have enough, you can refine it into sanded maple. Return to me when you've done that, and we'll talk about crafting a maple bow.
I already have some sanded maple too.
Craft a maple bow at a woodworking station. You'll need sanded maple, also a style material. Scavenge them yourself, or buy a style material from a carpenter.
I'll go craft that bow then.
I prefer to work with maple. It's reliable, plentiful, rarely full of wasps.
I have the sanded maple. What do we do next?
Craft a maple bow at a woodworking station. You'll need sanded maple, Also, a style material.
Okay, she's repeating herself for some reason. The carpentry station is just across the way on your right hand side. You look for that sign right there, Silver Gills Woodworks.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
You go to creation. The bow is the first thing in the list. Maple. Your style. You're all ready. Just hit craft. Now where is Milaneth? She's still in the blacksmithing station. Okay.
Craft a maple bow. Bring some sanded maple to a woodworking station, as well as a style material. Carpenters sell them if you can't find any yourself.
I have the bow right here.
A good bow will get you far in life. Making good bows will get you farther.
I'm ready for the next step.
Excellent! Now we can talk about deconstruction. You grow as a woodworker when you disassemble your own creations, even more so with someone else's work. Head to a woodworking station and deconstruct your bow, or any other crafted wood.
Okay.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
Click the deconstruction tab. Find your bow. Load it here. And then click deconstruct. Done. Talk to Milaneth.
I've seen everything I need to see. You're a fine woodworker with a steady hand.
I am ready to be certified as a woodworker.
Certainly. You're more than qualified to fulfill woodworking crafting writs. I'll certify you immediately. There's only one more certification I can provide. If you need training, I have time.
I'd like to know more about clothier certification.
If you convince me you know how to use a needle and thread, I'll certify you. However, you must commit. I can't certify two things at once.
I want to be certified as a clothier.
Show me you can craft a pair of homespun gloves. First, you'll collect some raw jute, then return here and refine it. Finally, you'll use refined jute to make the gloves.
You'll certify me if I craft homespun gloves?
Of course. It was the first trade I studied. I'm happy to certify anyone familiar with a clothing station. Now run forth and bring me a pile of raw jute.
I already have enough raw jute.
Take the raw jute to a clothing station. If you have enough, you can easily refine it. Bring the refined jute to me when you're done, and then you'll make some homespun gloves.
Actually, I already have some refined jute as well. What do I do next?
Head to the clothing station and craft a pair of homespun gloves. You shouldn't need much refined jute. Don't forget a style material. You can purchase them from any clothier or scavenge them yourself.
I'll go make the gloves then. You exit the blacksmithing building, turn right, and your clothing station is right next door.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
Oh, Stuga's gonna drive us crazy. The second tab is for creation. You scroll to the right until you find gloves. Craft. And now we return to Milaneth. Who is still in the blacksmithing building.
Craft a pair of homespun gloves. You'll need refined jute and a style material. Clothiers sell those if you can't find any yourself.
I have the gloves right here.
You know, I'm a master clothier, yet I still own a pair of homespun gloves. They keep my hands warm at night. Sometimes simple is better.
Right, I'm ready for our next step.
Wonderful! Now for deconstruction. There's much to learn from breaking down your own work, even more so with someone else's creation. Head to a clothing station and deconstruct your gloves. Or anything else, really. Just be sure you do it there.
Alright. We return to the clothing station. We click the tab for deconstruct. We find our gloves. Make sure that they're loaded in the deconstruction window and deconstruct them. And then we talk to Milena one final time.
You're more than capable with needle and thread. I'll be proud to call you my colleague.
I'm ready to be certified as a clothier.
Already done. You'll now be able to fulfill clothier crafting writs, and I look forward to seeing more of your work. Truly, I never expected to master 3 crafts.
And that's it. You've now trained all of the crafting things except for one, jewelry making.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
This certifies you to take a daily quest for each craft from the crafting writ boards. This one is called the Equipment Crafting Writs, and you can take clothier, blacksmith, woodworking, and jewelry making. Jewelry making doesn't show up because we haven't certified ourselves in it yet. And then there is usually nearby a consumables crafting writs board from which you can take provisioning, enchanting, and alchemy writs. Now I'll show you the final certification that you need, which is in Somerset. If you do not have the Somerset chapter, you will not be able to do jewelry making. Now, we need to go to Alinor, but we don't have the way shrine unlocked at Alinor. In order to get there, you'd have to go to Shimmerine and take the road across the way, and then across the way to the west, and then south to get to Alinor. I'm not going to do that because I've purchased the Golden Griffin Garret there, so I'll be able to fast travel directly there. For the purposes of our guide here, we might as well save ourselves some time. Otherwise, I just edit out the travel time anyway. Here we are. Now, we'll want to go to where the way shrine is, which is turn right, follow this road, and go straight. Might as well unlock the way shrine while we're here. Turn left. You'll see the bank directly ahead of you. And there's the way shrine. The place that we're looking for is right here, called the Plaza of the Hand. We're here. We're trying to go there. So we're going to turn right, turn left, follow it all the way down, go around, and go there. And that's where the jewelry crafting station is. That's also where the jewelry crafting trainer is.
These reports will be the death of me.
Here we are. You can see this symbol of all the crafting things put together. Now before you enter that building, on the left hand side there's a gentleman over here in purple named Falarian. He's the
I see something within you, a glistening jewel ready to be polished, a passion teeming with brilliance, though not yet realized. Tell me, do you wish to be certified in jewelry crafting?
Tell me more about jewelry crafting certification.
A certification will allow you to fulfill jewelry crafting rites. But first, you must demonstrate an understanding of the fundamentals. Create for me a simple ring. Yes, that task will be suitable to show me your craft.
I want to be certified for jewelry crafting. I'll create a ring.
Let's get started, shall we? After all, good polish takes time. First, you must gather the required materials needed to create your ring. A true artisan starts from scratch, after all.
What materials do I need?
Pewter dust, of course. It's an important component of jewelry crafting. You'll always want to have some on hand, should you wish to take up this most noble craft.
I already have some pewter dust. However, if you do not, when you go to do this quest, they will put markers on your map, just like the other crafts. Oh, I'm stumbling. I've been doing this for 3 hours, so it's been a little long for me. They'll put markers on your map where you can go collect pewter dust, and it's actually quite close by, just down along a river. A creek that goes through town, so it won't be hard to get.
Ah, so you've come prepared. Excellent. Take the dust to a jewelry crafting station. There you can begin the delicate process of refining the dust into pewter ounces. After you've completed the task, return to me at once.
Actually, I already have some pewter ounces, so what should I do with them?
Oh, impressive. Not many have such foresight. Take the pewter ounces to a jewelry crafting station and craft a ring. It should only require a few ounces to create.
I'll go craft the ring. You see this creek down here? He would give you on the map, he would give you markers where you can pick up pewter down along the side of this creek. Easy peasy. So we're going to enter the crafting hall and find the jewelry station. You go to the left. And you look for flawless faucets. That's the sign for the jewelry making. That one right there. This is the jewelry crafting station. If you had pewter dust, you would refine it here. This is where the pewter ring is. There we go. Now we have to talk to Falarian again.
Well, do you have a ring to show me?
I have a ring. Does it mean that I'm certified?
Not yet. We have so far only spoken in terms of creation, but the act of deconstruction is also an essential skill of any artisan. Go to the jewelry crafting station and deconstruct your ring, or any other item of jewelry, should you prefer.
Okay. The third tab is for deconstruction. Here is my pewter ring that I crafted, and I deconstruct. Done.
Your bearing is that of an awakened artisan. Have you deconstructed a piece of jewelry as I requested?
Yes. Am I ready to be certified in jewelry crafting now?
Most certainly.
Yay!
I hereby ordain you officially certified in the art of jewelry crafting. You may begin fulfilling writs immediately. Here's a small reward to get you started in your journey. You are now free to accept jewelry crafting writs. Be advised that while the jewelry you create may be beautiful, you'll need to conduct further research if you wish to add the traits most adventurers seek.
How do I research traits?
You can research any trait that a piece of jewelry already possesses. Sadly, the item will be destroyed, but such is progress. You can also enchant jewelry, though you will have to seek another if you wish to learn more about that skill.
What kind of traits can I research?
You can learn traits which help with your health, stamina, or magicka. I suggest prioritizing traits you most need in your adventures, as the research process may take quite some time to complete.
Is there anything else I should know about jewelry traits?
I have heard of many special jewelry stations located within certain parts of Tamriel. Jewelry pieces created at such stations will provide advantages when used in conjunction with specific armor and weapons.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye. And that's it for learning how to certify yourself for the daily crafting quests. I hope that this was helpful for you. Thank you for joining me on Curiosity Gameplay.